Malin Spearman,
and we're your hosts of
the Lash Cuties podcast. Welcome, guys. So today we have a really cool episode. We want to share with all of you which products we use, what companies that we like, what companies we don't like, and we'll give you all the reasons why we like them, why we don't. So just follow along with us.
Do you want to start off maybe, I guess adhesives? What adhesives you like?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we could go from there.
Let's do that. So for me, my go-to glue, adhesive, is Livbay Lash. What's the name of it? 1 to 2 second glue. It comes. That is so funny. It comes in they have a retention bundle, and it's like a white with like a burgundy top.
Yeah.
And it is literally
Game changer.
Yeah, it's the best glue.
Mm-hmm.
I've used it for about a year and a half now, and I honestly, I will always buy it. I will always have it on hand. Sometimes if my humidity is a little lower, I use a faster drying glue, I'm sorry. However, I have changed a lot of different brands. I have not found one that I'm like 100% like this is it.
Yeah.
But the Livbay glue, always.
I think it's called the Seal Deal glue.
Yeah,
it's the 10 millimeter adhesive bottle, and like Malin said, it's a 2 to 2 second drying time adhesive. And let me tell you guys, so I actually have been having my biggest struggle for a very, very, very long time was my retention, and I could not figure out what it was. I would obviously check the humidity, check my placement, check the glue, and after a while, I started off lashing with 1 to 2 second adhesives, and then afterwards I was like, no, I know what I'm doing, so then I dropped down to 0.5 seconds, and I thought that was fine, and maybe in some cases it's okay, that's fine, but
when the humidity is low.
Yeah, when the humidity is low, exactly. And then I remember I was just like, it was one of those days, I was like, Malin, like, I don't know what's happening. And it was so far already into lashing. It's like, I'm not a newbie. I'm not, I get it. I know what I'm looking for, what I'm doing. And Malin was like, okay, she's like, just try this adhesive. She's like, I know you're using 0.05 or 0.5. She's like, but just try the 1 to 2 seconds. Like, I think it's really going to make a difference. And I'm not kidding you guys. Like, that has fully changed my whole retention. Like, and I think I'm a little bit like, I have like, I'm like traumatized from not having good retention, because always I'm just like, oh my gosh, this person's gonna come in with like 0 lashes. But no, I'm telling you, like, clients are coming in still with good retention, where I'm like, okay, and this is going on even like classics, I feel like classics are easy to pop off, and it's been good for me, so I won't switch. And actually, going off sidetrack, I was lashing one of our friends the other day for her birthday. So I was doing like a quick fill on her, and the humidity was, it was pretty low. So then I was like, okay, well, let me use a faster dry timing glue. And I was going, but our temperature was actually really high. And these lashes, anytime I would brush through them, they were popping off. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to give her the ugliest set for her birthday.
1022. Poor girl.
Poor girl. She's going to celebrate at the club with like a whole bunch of gas.
I'm like 5 little gang signs.
Seriously. So I was just like, oh my, I could not do this to her. So I like went over to Malin Station, because I had ran out, my glue was done. The one that we're talking about from Livbay. So I went over to Malin Station, I grabbed hers, and then, like, I'm telling you, it was complete difference. Just as soon as I got a new glue ring and then started lashing her, I was like, okay, here we go. Now we're good. But I'm like, damn, I wasted, like, 30 minutes of just putting these on that I know aren't going to last. So.
Sidetrack, do you think that your glue might have been bad? It was just time for it? Or do you think it was because the
quick one? No, I think the quick one is it was fine. I still have it, and I'm still using it, to be honest, but I think it had to do with the temperature and the humidity. Yeah. Well, the humidity was fine. I think the temperature was just too high that it was just making it dry, like, literally, like, so so fast. By the time I'm like barely dipping it, it was already drying up. So yeah,
that too. I think like I don't know. Let's start off with our studio has a little bit of issues. We can't control the humidity. Well, humidity we can, but not the temperature.
Yeah.
So finally they put the AC on. So now it's gonna be a lot colder, which is gonna be nice for us because we've been lashing in like 85, sweating, not fun.
Yeah.
Like, please, we can't do more than just race. So, anyways, we like that is gonna help. Having a stable temperature is gonna really help for sure, whichever glue you use, and the humidity. We keep ours at like 45 to 55, just depending.
Yeah.
But that's been kind of like something good that's working for us. We don't like it getting lower than that. Just because we can really notice a difference in our glue like that, like it doesn't stick or like whatever. So we have to be a little bit more cautious just where we have our studio, that we don't have that. But if you have a studio, which you can control the temperature, find a good temperature. Yeah. So we can have a little bit more stability, because we've been struggling a bit with that.
Yeah. And our that adhesive does say is it 45 to, I think it's even higher than 55.
I think so. A lot of them say that, but they have their sweet spot.
Yeah, for sure.
Just
they're
like
super
it's like a tweezer.
Yeah, because sometimes, like if it's too hot or the humidity is a little bit too high, even though it's within the range that it says, I notice very fast the glue starts to get very like tacky super quickly, where it's like, I just barely poured this out like 5 minutes ago, you know. So so that's another thing, but
that's the Lash struggles.
Yeah,
Lash struggle life, right?
But that one definitely is good. Let me say the quick drying one that I use is the VI's 0.05 second, and to be honest, I get that one from Amazon. Well, they sell it on Amazon. Obviously, they sell it on the VI's website as well. But I like that one. I mean, it's not. I think it's good. I don't think it's great, but maybe that's just for me. But I know a lot of lash artists do use the 0.0 or the 0.5 VIs. It's the silver cap one, and I mean, I know that a lot of girls also do have really good retention with that adhesive as well. So,
I just learned recently. I guess I just didn't think about it, but so I usually buy just my glue from like Livbay, right? Or like I used to PLA before. I used to buy from them. However, I know sometimes on Amazon, and I guess it depends on the brand, so I'm not like bashing any brand specifically, but I know that obviously like if you have a company that are really strict on how they store them, and again like being in the right temperature, and I don't know all the restrictions they have on how they're supposed to store the glues for them to stay the best as possible. I do think a lot of the Amazon brands, because they have they buy such big quantities or whatever it is, they might not store them right. So I think that you can get some issues with that, like down the road, or you might get a bad batch, bad batch, because I think store properly has been inconsistent temperatures and stuff like that. So just something to be aware of if you do something from Amazon. Just kind of like be aware that could be the case.
Yeah, and like how you're saying, not to bash on anything on Amazon. Like there's some things that I buy a lot of stuff on Amazon, but I do feel like there's certain products as a lash artist that you need to buy to invest in, and they are a little bit on the pricier side. One I would say is your adhesive. Like and again, I know
hands down.
Yeah, and again, I know the one that I'm saying from VI's, they sell on Amazon, but they're getting it from, well, I don't really know how it works, but I know like the actual website of VI's, I want to say it's in China, maybe? And so I think the one that they sell on Amazon is here in the States, but...
that could be,
yeah. But I mean, regardless, it's branching off from, you know, that company. It's not an Amazon company, if that makes sense.
So just be aware when you buy it and kind of where it's from, and of course if you get a bad glue, like, you know, like you reach out to them, because they could just be some storing stuff, but also don't get a $5 glue, you know. Get something that is like decent, pretty good, you know. They are licensed, and then, so it's good. Buy something that is professional and high quality, because you don't want to have any issues in the future.
Because even like the glue that we're talking about from Livbay, that one is originally it's like $77. So
and it's good for about 2 months. I usually change mine after like 6 weeks. Whenever I start feeling it, or like I just I don't know, maybe I just get close to that time, and it's just my internal clock is like, you should change your glue. So I feel like I have that. So I just change it a little bit sooner, but I like that one. I don't know, for some reason when I've used other glues in the past, I keep saying glues, I mean adhesives, because I think it is adhesive and it sounds a lot better because that's what it is. But whatever, Oh my god, I lost my train of train.
And that you feel it when it's like coming around that time where it's expiring.
Yeah.
Which is the thing for sure.
Back on this. Okay, so when I have used other glue, I'm gonna say glue because I can't, guys. Sorry. When I use it, like sometimes I have to wipe it off, right? You should wipe it off every time, like after you like to put a drop of glue in or burp it. On this glue, I don't need to do that as much because I don't. It's something with the technology that I have used to kind of like get it out, like you know when you pop the glue out. So you stick glue out. I'm having some serious language barriers here. Whatever. But so yeah, I feel like that one lasts longer also because of that, because it gets less air in when you use it compared to like regular traditional adhesive nozzles, I guess. So yeah, I like it.
And that's also, well, I want to buy it, but the adhesive little, what is it called?
When you pop it off.
Yeah, you can pop it off. I don't have it, but I want to just because, like you're saying, not so much on the Livbay one, but I've noticed on other ones, majority other ones, that like the nozzle does get a little bit like it just gets ugly. Even though I still use a little thing to wipe it off and burp it after every use, it still gets a little like messy on there. So I need to buy that. I need to invest in that actually.
Yeah. So. No, that's a good idea. There's a lot of things you can help with. If you then you always get those little sticky thingies, like little needles you can do if you do clog your glue. But it is because of like glue getting stuck there and air coming in. So just burp it in the end, like after you use it, and it's just gonna clean out the nozzle. However, when it comes to drying time, there's a lot of people that are super fast out there, and like that is awesome. If you are struggling, because I'm struggling for months, and I hated it, and I was like, what is happening? But after I changed the glue, it was a game changer. I saw my retention go, because then it gave me enough time to properly put the lash on there. Like when you do it so fast and you don't always. So if you are struggling, if you're a beginner, just try a slower drying glue and see if it helps for you.
Or not even a beginner, because we're not necessarily beginners, but it's like we still use that one. So it's like for me, it's like, okay, it's one less thing I have to worry about, instead of it's like, okay, you gotta isolate, and now you gotta make sure the placement is right, and my glue or my adhesive is drying literally as I'm thinking all this in the moment. It's like, okay, let me just take a second, or literally half a second to just kind of process it, place it, and isolate whatever. And it's just like, okay, got it, cool. Instead of just like, okay, on the spot. And naturally, I think I am really just a slower lash artist, which whatever, I've accepted that's fine, But, and I think it also takes that pressure off too, because it's like, okay, well, at least I know what I'm placing, and now with this adhesive, I'm not going to have to worry about retention, even though I still do, just again, because I'm traumatized, but realistically, I'm like, okay, no, I saw that one just fully, you know what I'm talking about, when you place it and then you just see the glue just kind of spread out. It's like, oh, that's the best satisfying feeling ever when you see that. So
I'm slow too.
You're not.
And also, it's not that slow, but I do think that for me it helps. It's comfortable. I don't have to stress. It's like, I don't know, I like it. I feel comfortable. I'm not that slow, but what I do is I go from side to side, so that helps me. I might do a few on this side and a few on this side, or sometimes, depending if I'm doing bigger fans, I'll do one on one, like on each side, and that works. That can also help with not getting stickies. So there's a lot of tricks in the book.
Yeah, I do that too. I jump from eye to eye, but I usually do. I don't know why, I always need to time myself just so I know I'm spending just as much time on one eye than I am on the other. So I usually I like to start off on the left eye typically, and then I'll set the timer, and whether it's I worked on it for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I'm like, okay, stop, restart the timer, now we're working on the right eye for that much amount of time, and then just kind of bouncing back and forth. So.
And do anything you do that works for you. This is the reason we want to have this podcast. We want to help other lash artists. These are things that we struggle with, because I feel like we don't have that. And even that, Jenny lashes different than me. I don't usually time it. I just look at my time. I know, usually I spend an hour on a fill. I don't usually think, but again, I do maybe 5 lashes on one eye. I usually tend to do the same. So whatever little tricks that works for you, and we'll share ours, because maybe that's something that can help you on your lash journey. And so this is why I love having these conversations. This is literally why we started this podcast.
And we're doing the same thing, but we're doing it differently. And it's those little differences is what, like, for me, like, again, I need a timer. If I don't, I'm like, I'm gonna lose my mind. I could lash for 10 hours if I can, you know what I mean? Like, I literally can lash all day long. Like, if it was okay with
exactly.
So,
we could.
Yeah.
That is funny that when you lash, it feels like 30 minutes feels like 5 minutes.
Oh my gosh, for sure. Yeah.
It's so, like, it is time consuming and it is tedious, but it makes time go so fast. It's flying.
Yeah. Or sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm almost done, and I'll tell them, like, I'm almost done, or I'm almost finished, just a few more.
30 minutes later.
Yeah, 30 minutes later, I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I promise for real this time, you know, and I literally have to, I'm like, just stop, drop the tweezer, you know.
Like, just kidding, I hope you don't gotta pee. Please don't pee, because you got another hour on your hands.
Yeah, they're always just like, okay, and it's like, no, sorry.
That is so funny. Okay, have you used any other glue, like, which other adhesives have you used? Brands? Didn't you use Elon?
I've used Elon. I used their, I think it was called Batgirl, if I'm not mistaken. That one was also a 1 to 2 second drying time glue, and I like that one. I actually did like that one. Actually, now that you bring it up, I might just buy it again just to see, like, how it is. But I will say that I really did like that one. I ended up buying another one from Elon. I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head. It was a faster drying glue, whatever. And I think for whatever reason I didn't like that one from, like, the moment I opened it. I don't know if it was just in my head, but I was like, I don't like it. I just didn't like it. So yeah, but Elon is pretty good. I know I've used another one from Livbay, and this one might have been my fault, but I used the, like, 0.05 to 1 second drying time when I barely was starting to lash, so I hated it, but maybe it's actually a pretty good adhesive.
Yeah, try a few different ones. Yeah. Honestly, that's how you kind of find out what you like.
I used a PLA.
I used a.
What was it called? Was it the Fusion? Because I
think the pink one.
Yeah.
I did, but I don't think my retention was as good as with.
I hated that one. Absolutely hated it. I was like, nope. Like, and that was another struggle for me, because I'm like trying these different adhesives, and I'm like, nope. Okay, retention's still bad. Okay, nope, retention's still bad, and so PLA, I did not like that one at all.
I like the viscosity of the one we do now. I think it's like a medium.
Yeah.
I don't like it too thick. I don't like it too thin. I like to still see the glue on there. So that too. It's honestly all about preference. So try the different ones and see what you like. But it's a lot that comes with it. Just try a few different ones, because they all can feel very different.
What other ones have you tried?
I think I tried a Stacy Lash one time. I think I just ordered one of Amazon just because I had someone that, well, actually, that was a sensitive glue, so never mind. That one didn't do good. Sensitive glue just have less silicone in it, so that's really what it is. So if that's what they react to, then it's not going to do much bigger difference, and it dries a lot slower. Yeah, it dries slower, and then the retention is not good either. So it's like, I've never heard of a sensitive glue that's good. That's good. Yeah. So if that is what they're allergic to, then they need something else. Yeah, like something else. Another alternative to loop extensions. Okay, so as far as bonder and primer, I also use Livbay Lash. They have, like I said, a retention bundle. So the bonder, it's called Climax or something like that. It's like a bigger bottle with like purple on it. Yeah. And then we'll link all of these things to probably our YouTube video. But anyways, and then they have like a banana primer, and I love that. It's called the retention bundle if you want to buy the whole thing. I think the whole thing is like $90, something like that. Yeah. But that one, honestly, it's great. I really like it. Yeah. I haven't really, actually, in the beginning, I bought the Bubble Lash primer. It just smelled like alcohol. Really? I could not do it like the primer. I was like, never. I still have it, I think. I opened it, I was like, I'm not ever using it. I don't know why, so let's just throw it away. But I don't think I ever used that one, actually. I've used a few different bonders and primers. I've used VIs. I think I still have that one. I like VIs. And then I've used Elon. I've used... what else have I used? Do I call it Elon? I don't think I don't think I ever got the PLA one either, if they have one.
Yeah.
They probably have one, but...
I know for sure I had VI's, and then I had Elon, and then now I have the Livbay one.
Listen, we have tried
everything.
So much.
Everything.
There's so many out there.
Yeah.
There's so many out there. Again, just kind of try and see what you like. We were really lost when we started. Like, even though we had each other too, like, we've tried all different things and kind of told each other about, you know, what we like and what we didn't like. I think the most when we dabbled in is definitely lash extensions.
Yeah.
Like, what lashes, because they all feel so different. I'm very specific. I don't, like, if I find something I like it, and I feel like compare it to everything else. But then I look at other things and I'm like, these things are shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then just, because I'm pulling it up right now, so the Livbay bonder that we use is called Climax Bond. And then it's a pretty big bottle. It's a 30 millimeter bottle. So.
And it's good for 6 months when you use it.
And it would definitely last you probably even more than 6 months. It's huge. So, but yeah, it's really nice. It's a good bonder. And, in case if you don't already know, usually it is best to use all the products from the same company. So if you're using the, let's just go with Livbay. So if you're using the Livbay adhesive, then you would want to use the primer and the bonder also from Livbay, because those companies, they test out their products using their own, like, those ingredients. So maybe, even though overall I do think that most lash companies use similar ingredients, you know, they're only testing their own products. They're not testing it on something else, you know. So typically it is best for you to, if you're going to get the primer, bonder, and adhesive, try to use it all from the same company.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so the bonder, the point of the bonder is really to start getting, actually, let me start over. So when you first, like, lay your clients down, you cleanse their lashes, you can prime them, which just kind of strips the lashes from, like, whatever, like, if there's any leftover oils on there. And then you also let that dry, and then you start lashing. Once you're done lashing, you should stop lashing a few minutes before you put the bonder on. And that's really for just the adhesive to cure, like, a little bit. And once you put the bonder on, you don't want to soak it. Just, like, 1 or 2 drops, and then I usually tap it on my paper towel to get, like, most of that moisture off. And then you kind of tap it on all over the lashes. And that way it's curing the adhesive. So technically, a lot of them you can get the lashes wet right after. However, I don't trust it yet. I don't want to do it. I don't want my whole 2 hours worth of work going drain. But a lot of them do that. So then technically they're mostly cured, or they will cure, like, properly throughout the day.
Yeah. And also I will say, because I know it's happened to me a million times, where I'm lashing, and then I stop, and then I barely fan, and then I put on the bonder, and then immediately after I'm like, okay, great, now I have to go through all these stickies because it wasn't dry enough, you know, before I put that bonder. So I do try to keep in mind where it's like, okay, drop the tweezer, you know, stop lashing, and then I fan for at least a solid, like, maybe 1.5 to 2 minutes, just fanning each eye. And then from there, then I, like Marlon said, I, like, get a little micro swab, put a drop or two of the bonder, and then put it on the base of the lash extensions, and then fan again, because if you don't, then, you know, they might open their eyes after you remove the tape, and then it could burn their eyes just because it hasn't dried yet. So I will just fan for sure.
But the bonder, you should use the bonder. It's a great product. It is supposed to help with that. So once you kind of put it on, since it is curing the adhesive, it should be less fumes, less to none. So a lot of people, I would say most people, don't even have any like burning from the fumes or anything like that. So it's a really good product. I remember when we first got introduced to us, I was so nervous of using it. I was like, what do you mean? I can just use the, what do you call it, the little mister? But honestly, bonder, 100% use a bonder. I use it every single time.
And that's a good point too, because some people also put the bonder in the nano mister and then just spray it that way.
But you don't have to. You shouldn't have to use that at all.
Where?
The mister.
Why?
Because you don't need extra water in there, because it doesn't need that. So what the bonder has water in it. That's how it helps cure it, but it has, like, obviously formulated so that it can cure properly. You don't need extra water on there at all.
Well,
But you could do it for comfort.
Yeah, I do.
You should stay a little bit away from them, though. You should.
Oh yeah. But then also at the same time, too, everyone lash is so different because whenever I do use a nano mister, which is, I don't know, I guess it's whenever I'm in the mood for it or if I remember whatever. I don't do it with everyone, but yeah, I do it pretty much like close to where my light is, and then I do it from up there or even higher, just so they feel like a light mist around their eyes. But I have seen a lot of videos where girls put it like, and I'm talking about directly on the eyelash, on the eyelashes, and they said that they have really good retention. So I'm like, I don't know, it works for them. The only reason why I don't do it is because I'm like, I'm about to get their whole entire face wet like that. Even from up high, they're like, ooh, okay, like they like it, but it's a little mist. But like even at that, you can see the little mist that lands on like their brows or whatever it is. So that's the reason why I don't do it that close. But
it's not necessary. You can use a bonder, but I do think for comfort, because I feel like it's any client, like sometimes it feels nice. Just it feels like, I think maybe a little luxury or like it's like a good feel to it.
A lot of girls always say like, oh, what is that? Like they always ask, and they're asking in a good way, like not like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? So
true.
So the nano mister is pretty good. So again, there's different ways to do it. If you don't want to use a nano mister, no big deal. If you do, you could do it separate, or you can again combine the bonder with the nano mister.
Absolutely.
So.
And these are things that when we started, again, it's one of those that we just didn't know. We had no idea. How long do you wait? Why do you have to wait? Use misters or not use misters. So it's like we're just telling you from our experience and what we've learned and like our own experiences. So take it with a grain of salt. Take what you need and just leave the rest. It's okay. We just want to share with you what works for us. But yeah.
And then so now we went through the adhesive, primer, responders.
Let's talk lashes. Lashes is fun.
Let's talk you.
Let's go on you first.
Alright, so me, I love Elon products. Elon Butte, Elon Butte? Is that how you say it? Yeah. Elon Butte. That is my top favorite brand for all lash extensions. I love them so much. They're a little bit on the higher end, pricier side. Not super pricey, but a little bit pricey. But I just love the way that those lashes come out. Like, to me, they're just beautiful, and I think they have really, really good quality lashes.
And they have cashmere, they have mink,
they have soft silk. Yeah, they have a whole bunch. They have a lot of options. So.
It's a really cool website too. Like when you look at it,
it's so cute.
When you go in, I get a little confused because it's just a lot of bundles. But whoever put that together, it's beautiful. It's really, really cute, and they have like all specialized stuff. I've seen all sorts of specialized like the lash trace and stuff. So it's really you definitely should check them out too.
Yeah, they have really cute lash trace. They have really cute like just accessories. Like they have clothes. They have what else do they have? Apart from the lash trace, they have water bottles, they have bags, like little tote bags. They have, like literally, they just have so much little things. They have
merch.
They have a whole merch section, and then they also have colored lashes as well. I bought their brown lashes, different shades of brown, and they're very pretty. I really like them. And then what else do they have? They have really.
Yeah,
everything, really, yeah. So
everything.
I love them. I would love to be a brand ambassador. So, Elon, if you're ever listening to this, please
tag them and everything. That's what I do.
Please, I love you.
Yeah, please sponsor me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Recently I started trying Lost Artistry, and if you're not familiar with her and her brand, I don't remember her name, but it's called Lost Artistry. She is amazing. Like she helped me a lot in the beginning with like all like training videos and stuff, and she has her studio, and I don't know, she might have multiple, but I do like her products. I tried a few of her lashes now, and lash trace, and same, they're like really good quality. They're definitely a little bit pricier as well, but I really quality is so important. I think for me and Jenny, like we just don't want to mess around. We've definitely ordered stuff from other places, and we're like, what the heck? I will not. Yeah. This is going back.
Yeah, immediately. And it's like it's like there was even one today that you showed me.
All right, let me tell you guys. So I have a few clients who want B curl, and it's really hard now to find any classic flat lashes. and finding B curl in each size, so 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever. And I've been finding some mixed trays that I've liked, but they don't have the full size because I think they're just not there yet. Anyways, and I ordered one from, I was desperate, ordered one from Discount Lashes or something like that. Do not ever order from there. The lashes I got were like plastic. Like all I could think about when I looked at them was like, I took them out and I was like, good God. And I had to order them in, I think size 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, because that's what my one client that specifically only have that, and she wants a cat eye. She wants mostly just the shortest I can get. So if she could, it would literally be mostly just 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a few 11, 12s, right? And so I needed a lot of lashes because I bought all these like mixed trays, and I kept using them after 1 or 2 times, right? So I'm just not, like, that's just a lot. That's just wasting a lot of lashes that I'm not using. And anyone else, these lashes were terrible. I saw them come out of there, and I was like, absolutely not. Like, I would not even put these, I wouldn't even give them to a student or anyone.
Yeah.
I was like, these can go in the trash.
I remember you showed me, and I touched them. I was like, ooh, these are not
They're
good.
worst lashes I've ever done. And I was like, I know this company. I actually I've heard one person talk about them before. It said that they've been around for a minute, I think. And I was like, absolutely not. I'm not ever going to order from them.
Mm-hmm. For me, I would say the brand that I didn't like was Vava Lash.
Is that the green one? Or like a teal?
They have like 2 different colors. I think it's like, like a teal and a purple or something like that.
Okay.
People, and I even got it confused with VIs. It's not VIs, it's Vava. Vava Lash. And this is when I barely first started ordering different products, and I had kind of heard about them like here and there. I can't say about their like the loose lashes, but as far as the like pre-mades, I don't even remember I think it was maybe I ordered like 60s, 70s, and like 10s or something like that. All of them, garbage. I really just wasted money buying all those trays just because it was not good. It was not good from the start. Like, you could just tell, like, as soon as you picked it up, they would fall apart. I don't know. And again, you'll know, even if you're just like, okay, something's off. Even if you are a beginner, like how I was with that one, I was like, I know I'm a beginner, but there's something not right with this tray. Yeah, exactly. So again, I can't say anything about their actual, like, other products, but as far as the pre-mades go, not good.
So I would honestly, based on our own mistakes, and I can speak for me and Jenny, like, I've thrown away a lot of lashes, and I have a whole drawer of other lashes from the beginning that I never used. But maybe if you, even, because whatever works for me might not work for you or might not work for Jenny, but I would order probably a mixed tray.
For sure.
And then get a mixed tray from them and just try it before you buy like every size, or before you buy multiple trays. Just try one. It's really worth it, because you can always send them back, but like, it just seems like less of a hassle. Just buying one and just try it out. And there's a lot of really great products out there, a lot of great companies.
Yeah, and I know for me, I had heard that, but I was like, no, I know I'm gonna like Elon, and I ended up buying like, I think every size in the .03 C curl, and I spent like a couple $100s on them, and thank God I like Elon, because if not, I would be so mad. I'm like, I just spent like $250, almost $300 on all these trays, and I hate them, and it's like, and I mean, there's some other ones that I have spent a lot of money on, and nothing wrong with them, but like the 5Ds, PLA, ProMades already, they're nice, they're pretty, they work, but I spend a lot of money buying those trays, and now I've switched to using ProMades to just creating my own, and so, and I just super stocked up. So I bought, I don't even know how many. I've given Mullen a few of those trays. I've given our other friend Steffi a few trays. Excuse me, I just spit everywhere. But what's it called? Yeah, and I think now I'm fully. I don't have any more finally. But it was just like, man, I spent so much money on that I could have used on other products, other lash trays that I actually do want. So. And I think that was my fault too. It's like, I thought it was fine. It's like, I liked it, didn't love it, but whatever, it worked, and so that's another thing too. It's like, okay, if you don't love it, just go maybe buy a tray or maybe 2 trays, or you know, if you're like, okay, I need 2 trays, but I mainly do only use this size and like 10s and 11s. Those are the top 2 sizes I'm always using. That's like, okay, maybe on those 2, then you can buy that specific size, but don't buy every size in that. You know, if, you know what I'm saying.
We're just trying to help. Like, we just want to make the same mistakes and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it just sucks buying all that stuff when you look back. And of course, like for us, like when you're beginning, you are gonna get some stuff that you don't need or whatever, but we want to help you as much as we can. So we will link all the stuff, all the products that we like, and all the brands that we really like, just so you can kind of check them out. I think for me, I like some things with PLA and some things I don't. I really love the whole story of, you know, the owner and how much the company has grown, and it's really, really awesome to see. But for me, I do like PLA, some things. I'm sure the adhesives aren't as bad. I just obviously like Livbay, so that's what I'm going to stick with. But I like their fairy lashes. Those are my go-to. I love them. I just got them in brown, which I'm really happy about. So I'll do that on my next order. But I do, those ones I order always. I always like to have them in stock. I really, really do like those lashes 100%. So I would always keep those in stock. And then I do like their flat classic lashes. They have black and brown. And I really do like those as well. So those will always be my, like, I've always had them stocked up.
Yeah, I will say I do carry the PLA flat classic lashes on 0.15s. I like those. Also, another one that I do super like, the classic flat lashes are from Yoyi's.
Okay, Yoyi's. I have followed her since the beginning of my lash journey, honestly, because I was so freaking lost. I was like, please just help me, someone, please. And so I found her on YouTube, she's grown a huge audience, and she had just started, she has like the subscription you can do with all her training videos, which is really, really cool. It's like $20 a month, unless she have changed it. She has a bunch of trainings like Wispy, whatever like training videos that she has, and then she just started products, and I love all the products I've ordered from her. I think because she still is new in like the lash product business, what my understanding is that it's really expensive to start buying all the different trays and all the different sizes. So a lot of the lashes she sells them in mixed trays. And I feel like I'm at a point now where I just want to have each size because it just helps me, it's more affordable for me than having sizes left I don't use. And so honestly, I think when she does come out with each single one, which she does I will say she does in 0.03, I think in 0.05. She has in all sizes, but for like the fairy lashes, for her classic lashes, she don't yet. At least not last time I looked, but I also haven't looked for like maybe 2 months. So that could have been changed, but 100% would get her lashes again. I would buy, when she gets it, I probably will look towards her because she is amazing. Yeah. And she cares about her quality, she cares about her products, and also check her out on YouTube because she's amazing.
Yeah, you put me on the flat classics from her because and I think we talked about this before, how flat classics has fully changed it for me. I hated doing classic sets, but with the flat lashes, I'm able to, and I don't mind it actually. It's not bad. I don't mind it at all. And then you told me to use her lashes, and I'm like, oh, I guess, you know, whatever. I'm just over classics, and I will say, I'm like, oh, they really are good quality. Like, they're easy to use, and I don't know, just something about they're just soft and they just come out really pretty. I like them a lot.
Something with the quality. They're really consistent.
Something with
I feel like some of the trays I will say that I've gotten from Paris Lash, because when I first started, a friend of me told about them and said they were good. It's like, you know, I was automatically was like, hey, I trust this brand. And I would say that I've used a lot of pre-mades, and a lot of them I don't like. Like they're often like inconsistent in some like some sizes. So there is some inconsistencies, and I'm sure that is with every company, like, you know, whatever. But I've just noticed that, and so I do like with Yoyi's, all the trays I've done, they're very consistent. Like each lash that I pull off is like the perfect diameter. It's like not, oh, this one is a little bit thin and it's a little thick. Like it's like really good quality. So I love that.
Yeah. And then another one that I do or have still a lot in stock, and I actually do like them, is the VI's Tendies pre-made lash fans. I like them. I think they come out pretty. They create like a super dark lash line, and they're just really full and bold, and it's, you know, for someone like me who wants just a really dark lashes, just a volume set, I think that's a pretty good set to go with. I don't remember how much they are. I don't think they're that expensive. I think maybe about $11 a tray or something like that. I usually get like the bigger size, the extra large size. And I do always get the mixed trays of those, so I think it comes from 9 to 16. Yeah. I like those.
With those though, I will say like they're perfect for like you, but they're a lot thicker.
The bases are thick.
The bases are thick, so do it with someone that has like thick lashes.
Yeah.
If they're too thin, they might just come off.
Well, see, also another thing though, it's those trays I have them in .07.
Oh.
So that's also
like.
I'm thinking about that right now. They're .07. So I don't know if they sell, a thinner one.
Look at my cat. My cat is eating the ground beef.
Literally off the stove.
On the kitchen counter.
Yeah, he's going in.
Give me 1 second. Alright, so .07.
Yeah.
They're .07, so yeah, obviously, like if they're a 10D fan, they are going to be like a little heavier base.
Yeah.
So with that, yeah, again, if you use .7, Pro-Made fans, just use them with someone with like a little bit thicker lashes, and you'll be all good. They're darker lash line.
Yeah, I agree. And also going back to that, or I guess a side note, for volume fans, I do try to stick within .03. I don't care if it's volume or I guess some people would consider mega volume. .03, I think it would just it's fine for anyone's lashes, just because it's so light. You're not gonna hurt their lashes or natural lashes, I should say, or anything like that. So
I think since I'm just currently learning how to make my own fans, I think that for me, I think I'm gonna start using the .05.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do like mega volume. I think for me, like since I want to do like a little bit of lighter fans, I think that might be cool. Because if I pick up like 6-7 lashes, I feel like that would look kind of cute.
Yeah, I use .05s for like my wet sets, and then for spikes.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna create any spikes or wispiness, I use .05, and then again for fans, I do the .03.
I love it. Okay, so what do you do for tweezers? That's a big one. We have tried
so many tweezers.
I have a whole stack.
Yeah.
That I'm not using. So
okay, so I feel for my isolating tweezer, I use is from VI's. I'll pull it up right now because I can't remember the name of it, but I think it's like a volume tweezer, but I use it as an isolating tweezer. I like that one a lot. And then for I use boot tweezers, either just to pick up a lash or just to fan. And I use two. One I got from Amazon. The brand is Livbay, and I don't know, because the first set that I got, it came like I think in a set of like five different tweezers. The boot tweezer I loved, and
I'm still using that.
Yeah, and so whenever I was like practicing my fanning, it just made it so easy. It's a fiber tweezer, and I liked it a lot. I still like it. I think it's a really good tweezer, and again, I think that's what's really helped me, and I was able to learn on how to fan lashes. But I bought a second one from the same brand, and again, I got these from Amazon. Same set, everything the same. And this second one that came in, the boot tweezer, I don't know, it was just different. It wasn't good, and the reviews for that brand is not the greatest, to be honest, if you look on Amazon. But whenever I saw that, I was like, what? Like, these are great,
So inconsistent?
I think it might be inconsistent, or maybe I just got lucky with that first set that I bought. I don't know. But again, like the second one, I was like, I cannot work with these. Like, I just did not like them. Like, and I was comparing them, and it just felt different. Felt a little, I don't know. There was something that was off.
Yeah.
And the thing is too, it's like whenever I was like about to pull the lash hairs from the little strip, using the first one that I bought, they would come out very nicely, all even. And then with literally the very next one that I would pull, I would use the new tweezer, the new one that I had bought, and they would come out like just like moved around or like shifted.
So the sweet spot wasn't.
Yeah, or maybe just didn't have a sweet spot at all on these. I don't know if it was some kind of like something was wrong, inconsistent, like you're saying. So, so on that one, it's a little iffy. I can't fully recommend it just because I don't know. But at least for that first set that I got from them, it was really good, the boot tweezer. And then recently, I just got another boot tweezer from Unfold Aesthetics.
Me too.
From Reggie, and love it. Like immediately, amazing. I'm like, okay, here we go. Like I can lash with them fine. I can fan with them just fine. I think the color is beautiful. How much was it? I think it was like 30 bucks.
It was 30. Yeah, I think it came up like 36 with shipping or something like that.
Yeah, but
it's worth it.
It's very nice. I do like this a lot. So I'm like, okay, here we go. Now I know, because I like my thing. I'm always in my head. I'm like, what if I were to drop, like the first set that I had. I'm like, if I were to drop this tweezer, I have nothing to go pick and get another tweezer and go back on. And now with the Unfold, I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe I should buy like maybe another one just to have it just in case, But
honestly, I think that's a great idea because when you drop those things,
they mess up. Chances are they're gonna
99.9%. I would say if you drop your tweezer, that thing is gonna bend.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
It's trash after. Yeah.
But yeah, keep an extra.
Yeah.
The Unfold tweezer, Jenny was telling me about it, and she's like, just fan with make fans with mine, and I was doing it for a few days, and I was like, yeah,
they're
I'm
so
sold.
good. They're like super. Again, they're beautiful and they're just so easy to work with. So I really like those a lot.
It's like kind of like a straighter, like thicker.
It is very like it's straight. It's not angled. Yeah.
I use like one of the hook ones when I isolate, and then I use a boot tweezer when I lash. It doesn't matter if I'm doing inner corner, outer corner.
Yeah.
I like it. I feel like once I started with a different like an angled one. Before, and I've gotten a lot of tweezers from Amazon, and they also usually always sell them in like packs. That's why I have so many that I don't use because I don't like straight tweezers. I think tweezers is something you just gotta have to try and also see what works for you because it's very individual. That's what sweet spot they have. But the ones that Unfold that Jenny was talking about, those were really really good.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think what other tweezers I use. I bought a couple boot tweezers from other popular lash artists.
What was that white one? You bought that white one and you really didn't like it.
I don't even want to bash her because I love her and I look up to her so much. Right. And I don't know. I think this is maybe like her first launch.
And it might just not have been for, like you might, you know what I'm saying? How it's so individual. So it might work with some people.
Yeah, exactly. And I know she has a lot more products now and. I guess a lot of people like them, but again, maybe it was just her first launch or whatever, or it just didn't work for me. But it was Lash Bunny. Her name's Monica. Okay. And I feel so bad because I literally I love her. Like I watch her videos. She's super an inspiration to me. I think she does beautiful, beautiful work. But anyways, I bought some tweezers from her, boot tweezer, and
I want to try it again. I want to try it.
I tried it recently.
When I go tomorrow, I want to try it.
Try it. I tried it recently.
You know what? I did look at them the other day. It's just even more straight, isn't it?
I think it's just as straight as the Unfold ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm going to try it again. That too, you might have to give some stuff like another chance, Yeah. Honestly, my advice would be try different tweezers. Because when I lash almost for a year with the same tweezers, well, first of all, actually, the first few weeks I had no idea what I was doing. I was just using whatever someone told me to do. And then I found one tweezer I liked, and I used it for like a year. And then I was like started exploring, so I was like, I don't know, what if there's something else good out there? Yeah. Try a few different ones, different angles, and see what works for you. And some people use different tweezers in the corners, which I don't do, but it is helpful for some people. And also, I could see it might be helpful for some people because like when you lash, the way people's eyes are like located, if they're like how it really out. Going whatever or like whatever the structure of the face can really like make it a challenge to lash someone. So
so I got those boot tweezers from her, didn't like it, and then I also got some other boot tweezers from BI's actually, didn't like it either. And those were fiber tip, I think, and I was actually surprised because it had pretty good reviews, but again, I mean, what works for someone might not work for you. So those didn't work for me, but the ones from Unfold super work for me. I think they're great. So, and then the isolating tweezer, I put it up right now, that I use, it's from VI's. It's called the Volume JL Gold Tweezer, and it's going for $14.99 right now. So
It's pretty sweet.
Yep.
Okay, so fiber or no fiber?
I like fiber. I honestly, I know that it's a lot of back and forth and stuff, but I like fiber. I don't mind it at all.
I do too.
Because the Unfold ones are also fiber tip, right? Or no?
No,
They're
I
not?
think I'm pretty sure I looked them today, and I don't think they're. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'll have to look tomorrow. I have to look. I don't think they are, but all the other tweezers I used are, and I really like it. Even when I banana peel or whatever, like
Yeah.
do that part of lashing, I love that they're just easier to kind of hook like
Yeah.
that. But I think it's something to get used to a little bit, because for a long time, obviously, that it's just pretty recent that you start with fiber tips. So we definitely love it.
I love it, and I don't know if it just makes it easier for me to pick up the lashes, or again, either you're gonna like it or you're gonna hate it. It's one or the other, I feel like. So, but
Give it a try. Give it a try.
Give it a try. You know, and that's also good thing that we were talking about tweezers, because again, I was trying to learn how to fan for such a long time using one tweezer and then using another tweezer, and it's just like, oh my gosh, this is so hard, you know. And I'm telling you, as soon as I got those ones from Amazon, they were fiber tip. Immediately, I was like, oh, okay, like these actually don't look pretty bad, you know. And then it just got better and better and better. So
Absolutely.
that's another thing too. It's like you're not gonna learn on how to do or let me backtrack. On some things, again, you're gonna have to invest money to learn on what works for you and what doesn't. And that part, it does kind of suck, because you are gonna spend some money that is a waste sometimes. But again, it's either that or you're just gonna get stuck in this like little hole where you're just like, I'm not getting it. But then you also don't want to invest in products or just products, whatever it is. So I've gone through a shit ton of tweezers, Amazon, the other girl, VI's,
all of them.
like literally so many. And then it's not until like that one hit that I was like, woo, okay, finally, you know. And again, it's made it so much better for me, like so much, where I'm like, okay, I got it, like, you know, it's fine, it works. And then also that if you're seeing that you're able to pick up the lashes, and this is again going for the people that are practicing their fanning, like if you pick it up and it picks up fine, and now you just only have to work on the pinching part, cool, that's it, like you're already halfway there.
Yeah.
But if you're picking it up and they're falling apart because the tweezer is not good, then it's like you're only making the process so much more harder and just longer to actually learn and get it down, because now you're having to work with like tweezers that aren't good. So
Absolutely.
invest in good tweezers, or just invest in tweezers until you find the one that works for you, for sure.
I agree with that. It's so worth it, because it's a game changer once you find one that you really like.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this is a good ending point for
I
us.
think so too. Yeah.
This is a fun episode. I feel like actually next episode or in the future we need to talk about all of our disposable products, because we're already long into this episode, but there's more to come. These are obviously all the products we lashed with, and it's a really fun episode. I really liked it. I hope that was helpful to all you listeners, and we definitely had fun.
I know, I had a great time.
So,
but yeah, and then don't forget to listen to us on Spotify. We're
subscribe.
on YouTube. Yep, we're on YouTube as well, and Apple coming soon.
Coming soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.